Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, had to keep my necklace up here because a certain little lady here likes to go after it and start chewing on it. She does it every time. Especially, what's weird is especially the one that I have here. If y'all can see it. See if I can get close. Oh, yeah, there we go. A little bit better. It's a kitty on a crescent moon. And that's basically her. So, it represents her. So I always have her with me, close to my heart. And that's the one that she likes to go and chew on all the time. I guess she likes chewing on herself. Oh, she's so silly. But yeah, yesterday we had a great day to be able to just hang out with each other. I did a lot of sleeping. I mean, a lot of sleeping. Man, I just couldn't help myself. And at one point I had, after I got done with recording and uploading this video, I curled up, slept for a couple hours. Next thing I knew, it was like 11:30 or something like that. I know it's 11 something, I just don't remember what. And I'm like, man, I need to get moving. So I got her food. I ate me some breakfast or brunch, basically, so on and so forth. And then afterwards, I was like, gosh, I'm still tired. So I curled up here, and she was curled up in my arm, and we both died for 2 hours. When I woke up, I was surprised that she was still in my arm, to tell you the truth. But no, I know she's been missing her mommy, so it didn't surprise. In some ways, I was surprised, but at the same point, not surprised. So, but yeah, she's been missing me a lot, and I don't blame her. Yeah. No, my poor baby. So yeah, afterwards I got up and I'm like, I gotta go and get me something to cook. So I ran over to the grocery store here. Ooh, excuse me. Grabbed myself some stuff, including a little bit of junk food. I was gonna cook. Good thing I'm just like, I came upstairs to change or, get my shoes off and so forth, basically. I'm like, I just do not feel like cooking. So I decided, screw it. I ran across the street to the Mexican place and got me some food. Glad I did that. And then later on, it dawned on me, it was a good thing I didn't cook, because it occurred to me there's one ingredient I didn't have that I needed in order to cook what I was going to cook. And I didn't feel like running back down there to the store anyway. And I'm like, oh well, that's all right. So the Mexican was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's okay. I mean, it is good food. Don't get me wrong. Excuse me, but while I was at the store, I grabbed a couple boxes of more what I would call more adult-oriented cookies. Like, for instance, I picked up a bag of raspberry Milanos. So, ones like that. Did that, and then there's the sandwich cookies. They're usually, like ones like Oreos or vanilla, like vanilla cookie with vanilla filling, ones like those. But these ones were the vanilla wafers, basically, or cookies with lemon filling. Oh, excuse me. I took one look at those. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. So I grabbed those, and also decided to pick myself up a little thing, and I'm talking, like this size, thing of Bunny Tracks ice cream. Some Moose Tracks sounded good, but I was just like, no. I thought about picking up these ones. I'm like, let me go down here to the end and see if they have, like, usually they come bigger or whatever, but they had nitty bitty ones like this, just a couple bucks of that were the bunny tracks. So I'm like, perfect, exactly what I was looking for. Between all that, and I did eat some cookies on top of it. Yeah, I set my sugar flying. I did not care. And also a really tall glass of lemonade. All in all, I was starting to feel a lot better, getting some comfort food into me. And yesterday, I was just getting hit right and left with things that were really spiraling me into a dark mood. I was getting more and more frustrated and tired, and I was like, what in the world is going on? And kept reminding myself, okay, we just had that Scorpio full moon. It's been pretty intense with that energy because we're still in it. And I also remembered that Pluto's in retrograde, and the ruling planet of Scorpio is Pluto. And then, of course, with being a Scorpio myself, it's like, okay, yeah, that does explain quite a bit. But every time I turned around, I was just getting hit with frustrations. And no matter how much I was trying to keep myself grounded, keep myself in a good mood or whatever, it was like it wasn't helping. And finally, I just let it go and just let myself go downward. I don't want to say downward or whatever, but let myself basically feel the frustrations and everything. And sure enough, then this morning, I was on my Facebook, and the very first post that popped up was an energy update from Sparks of Divine Healing. I think that's the name of the page, and they posted basically an energy update, about, of course, the Scorpio full moon, the intense energy with that, but it's like they said, kind of like, just when you thought that you were maybe going to get clear of it, all of a sudden we now also have a solar flare. And so if you're feeling all these things, and she named off every single thing, including the tiredness, that's why. I'm like, okay, that explains that. Because I gotta tell you, I am feeling a lot better today. So we'll see. But anywho, one of the things that I definitely got hit with yesterday is, I had put in that application, that credit application for, the one dealership, and got declined. And I was just like, I knew that was going to happen. I kept trying to tell everybody. And of course, I wound up having to chase the guy down. And it's like, yeah, their name they definitely do not live up to their name. I don't give a shit what anybody says. But oh well, it is what it is. So of course that didn't help my situation either. And then late last night, as I was starting to head off to bed, I think I was heading off to bed. I don't know. It was kind of that in-between thing or whatever. Oh no, that's what it was. I was waiting to take my nighttime insulin. I'm like, wait a minute. There was something that I had seen with the perks at work. Let me go and check that out. And so I did see something about with auto loans or whatever, and then that site was a mess. So I don't know if anything came back that was relevant or not or whatever. But they do partner with TrueCar. So I'm like, well, if they realize I do have a job and everything, it's like, okay, I don't know. We'll see. But at least they, with going with a bigger site like that, at least I could research a car that I'm more interested in, because I really wasn't feeling the feels with the car, any of the cars that were sent over or whatever. I really wasn't feeling it. But there was a couple that I really liked through there. So at least with the kind of car that I'm looking for. So we'll see. And I did put in to maybe have an appointment this afternoon. Maybe can set one out between such and such time frames or whatever. And I don't know, we'll go from there. So I figure I'll talk to him and see about doing the pre-qual first and go from there. I'm determined. I am not gonna let basically what has happened the last 2 years dictate what's happening to me now. And basically they were saying that to, because you haven't been at your job for very long, you haven't lived here for very long, credit isn't good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I already know I don't have good credit. But I got approved for a loan before, so I just got to find the right one. So we'll see what happens. Isn't that right, little lady? Yeah. Just got to find the right dealership. And I know they're out there. I just got to find them. So small car lots are a good place to go to also. But I figure I'd try a true car, and go from there. All right. Yeah. If I have to, I'll do a bigger down payment. Yeah, basically they were saying, oh, if you have a really good cosigner, I'm like, it was funny the way he put it. If you have a really good cosigner, I'm like, no. Plain and simple. Oh, you don't have a cosigner right now? I'm like, no, I never will. Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to, I'm sorry, I'm not going to have a cosigner. It's bullshit. No need for one. But, yeah, it was just one of those situations where I could see right straight through their bullshit and they didn't appreciate it. It's like, whatever. And then, I wasn't even going to bring it up, but no, I'm going to. The cherry on top of everything. What? Do I need to trim your nail? I see it's getting caught there. You want to get your mommy? You want to play with your... Ow! My word. Got some chompers on you. Yes, you do. You got some chompers on you. My goodness. But anyway, the cherry on top of everything, while I was going through everything with TrueCar, searching through basically the perks at work, with possible options through there, cherry on top of it all of a sudden I get a text message from my stepmother asking me, oh, how you doing? What's your, are you working yet? Where are you? This and that. And I'm just like, fuck you. It's been 3 months since you told me I love you, but go and live out on the streets. And now, and that time has expired. And and you knew where I was going to be going and so forth, and now you're going to be checking up on me 3 months later? Fuck you. Yeah, Pluto is definitely in retrograde, and oh, whoa, yeah. Especially with this full moon. I didn't respond. I'm like, if I get another text message or if they try and reach out to me again, then I will. But until then, it's like, no, go fuck yourselves. Wow, that's some nerve. Ain't my problem that you're having a guilty conscience, in other words. So, oh well, it is what it is. I've moved on. I mean, yeah, I get angry. It's understandable. But basically, I don't feel it in here. I don't feel any of that guilt that I used to feel before, where, oh gosh, I should, you know, respond, basically it's my duty as a daughter to do that. No. I don't feel that now. If anything, I'm laughing. I'm like, wow, whatever. And it's like throughout all the weather that they've had out there, and they know it, they watch it, they see it, and then yet, wow. For all they know, I could have wound up on the streets and they don't give a fuck. Oh, but now they do. Fuck you. Done. Completely done. So, I just don't care. Because I'm moving on. I'm moving forward with what I want to do. And there was another post. I did save that one that I saw. I don't remember who it was that posted it. I might have to look it up. I'm not too sure. But anyway, basically, they were thanking this, that, and every other thing. And one of them was including, the people who basically gave you issues because it taught you self-love. Definitely applies here. So yeah, there was a couple of posts from this morning that resonated. So yeah, those people, they taught me self-love. And I'll admit there was something else that had happened yesterday that hit me wrong. And it may have just been me, with getting bombarded with all that energy, and that's what I think it was. I don't know. I gotta tell you, I was getting hit right and left. I was just like, what the fuck? And tired, so exhausted, couldn't get enough sleep, and but yeah, getting hit with everything, and then that very first thing that hit me, and it may have been something very innocent, but it hit me really wrong, really hard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just nuts. But all in all, though, especially after reading that post and how I was feeling this morning, waking up refreshed, and especially after that text message that was sent to me late last night, and everything, and feeling what I'm feeling, and having that drive to move forward and everything. I'm like, yeah, I've learned self-love finally. That's huge. I've learned to let go, and I'm seeing that the path that I'm going down, yeah, I have more drive than ever to go down it. More drive than ever. Literally. In some ways. I'm in hopes that I can maybe get that car. It's a 2017 Jeep. Dark blue in color. Silver rims. 4-wheel drive. I don't remember which model it is. Renegade. I was kind of looking at Wranglers or Cherokees. I really want a Jeep. That was the thing that I learned with all the cars that were sent to me by their dealer. Because there was about 2 or 3 Jeeps that were in there, and I'm like, and I was out there even, with the direction that I want to go with life and everything. I'm like, I want a Jeep. And I'm like, you know what? I realize the gas mileage sucks, but let's start this off on the right foot this time. Instead of going after what I might have to go after, Let's go after what I want to go after. And that's been my basis for just about everything that I've been doing. Like getting things for the house, getting things for for our own place. Excuse me, I am sorry. I was about to say my own place to live, but our own place to live. Getting things that I want, like the big yellow bowl. That's what's mattering. Just like the pots and pans that I'm gonna go after, or that I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna go after the ones that I want, not the ones that I have to get. I'm going after the ones that I want. Just like the, dinnerware stuff. I'm going after what I want. I know that I was kind of all over kind of back and forth. Should I get the Lennox again or what have you? And it's like, no, I satisfied that desire. I'm going to go for the boho chic living, basically. I'm going to do a mismatched set of my own. Instead of a mismatched set that somebody else is dictating to me, I'm going to do a mismatched set of my own. Oh, I like this plate, I'll buy that one. But basically those ones that they sell individually in stores, that's what I'm going to go after. I like this plate, I like this bowl, I like this mug. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use my mom's good silver because I like it. It's unique and it's fun. And that's what I'm going to do with everything. I don't give a fuck about name brands. I never have. Even with clothes and so forth. I don't give a shit. I buy what I like. And, yeah, I'm going to continue that even with my house. And no fucking blinds either. Ugh. But no, I'm going to do the same thing with a car. I'm going after what I want, what I like. At least get myself established, and then I can see about getting one that's new. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm also going to invest in myself with getting those yoga classes that I've been seeing up online. Get myself certified and see about doing some online, maybe, and that's another reason why I want to get a car, so that way I can do some on-ground classes, but mostly online. So, yeah, not right. Gonna get back into that as well. And I was thinking about that as I was walking down to the store. I'm like, okay, yeah, I may have been declined and I probably still will be, but fine. I'll take the money, stash it away, and next paycheck, if things don't work out here over the next week with trying to find a dealership to work with, I'll go ahead and see about purchasing those classes and start doing them. So that's the way I'm looking at it right now. I'm moving forward one way or another. Whether anything works out to my favor or not, I don't give a fuck. And that was my resolve yesterday too. When I was turned down and everything, I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And he's going on and on. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You're not helping me, and you're just gonna be unloading all of your guilty conscience or what have you. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. That's your problem, not mine. And I'll admit I almost hung up on him, but I didn't because of the friendship situation. I was getting irritated with him, and I'm just like, look, it's done, it's over, move on. It's not, and it doesn't help either that I had to chase you down. Basically, that's your problem too. And I already knew what was gonna happen right from the get-go. I wasn't feeling right from the start to put in the application, but I did because, well, I mean, it showed that I pre-qualified. Now you're gonna turn around and take it back? Fuck you. Sorry, it doesn't work with me. So, but oh well. but they probably just didn't see that one. I don't know, I didn't recognize the name, but that's the one that it was some sort of name I didn't recognize, and that was the one I got pre-qualified for, and if they didn't see that, that's their problem. Yeah, isn't that right? So, oh well. Like I said, I really didn't care for anything that I had seen anyway. But maybe with these other folks, I did like that car. I do like that car. It's a dark blue color, and well, also, I kept thinking about this. That I don't know if you all remember or not. There was that weird dream that I had about a Jeep taking off from an airfield without any wings. It was just hanging up there in the air, and then it banked, and I had no idea what happened to it after that. But I remember it was blue in color. It was a kind of like a turquoise color blue. And it was weird because when I was going through, I'm like, just kept being drawn to Jeep. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. I really wanted a Jeep to begin with. And so I'm like, well, when I was up there on the True Car, I'm like, let's just look for Jeeps close by. And there's one that's close by. I don't remember if it was a Cherokee or a Wrangler. I don't remember which. But guess what? It's that same blue color. But I like this other one. It's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit smaller for me. To help me get my feet wet, possibly. And I'll probably be more likely to qualify for it. The mileage isn't bad. I think it was only 74,000 miles on it for 2017. So we'll see what happens. If not, I'll see about going after the other one. Different dealerships have different ways of doing things. That's the way I look at it. So we'll see. Then again, seeing how that one blue one, the lighter colored blue one, was before on the list, more towards the top of the list as I was scrolling, than the other one that it could be that the dream could have been indicating, with it banking the way it did, maybe pointing me to the right one. So, I don't know, that dream just kept popping into my head. It's like, okay. And I did get a couple of premonitions yesterday too, so, about things. So we'll see. And if you've been following, you know how my premonitions work, so. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. So, anywho, yeah. You want to say hi? Hold on. Here she is. There's Miss America. Yeah, I know, she needs a crown. There's Miss America. Yep, there she is. So anyway, yeah, I have the day off today again, but I have the doctor's appointment at 12:45 and have to leave here at about 11:45 from what I was told. It only usually takes about half hour, but depending on traffic, it could take an extra 15 minutes. But either way, it's probably a good idea to show up really early to fill out all that paperwork. And they need to see about requesting the records, and I need to talk to them as far as both of the endos that I saw out there, if they're going to want both records from both of them, especially since the second one I only saw a couple times. But I'm going to say that his notes and lab work are going to be more reliable than what they would be better off requesting the records for the lab work, basically, is what it's going to boil down to as far as the first one is concerned. Because, let's face it, that first endo that I saw, he was messed up. So, yeah, I'll talk to them about that and see what if they want just the one or both. So, we'll go from there. Yeah, who knows? In the process, might be going car shopping. But I'll definitely need to go to Whole Foods. And I'm just going to cook something very simple until I get paid next week. I have a doctor's appointment with a primary next week. they could have talked as far as, because I know that they're going to want lab work. And as far as that is concerned, I'm really thinking about maybe talking to them, find out which profiles that they get, and maybe in the process getting even more, because of just with some things that I've been reading and so forth. I'm not too sure. I'll see what they want to pull, because like my last primary that I've been seeing, who pissed me off there at the end also, and it was mostly because I was trying to get a letter to take with me to the airport for this one, and they wanted me to go in and basically pay, and unfortunately at this point I don't have health insurance. They wanted me to go in so that way they can have a physical done and all this sort of crap and everything. I'm like, people, first, and they're finally getting back with me at the last minute, and it was me having to chase them down again. I'm like, people, I'm leaving on, this was on Friday, and I'm like, people, I'm leaving on Tuesday. Oh, well, you had time. And I'm like, no, I don't have health insurance. I don't have any money right now. Oh, we can do it virtual, and you just pay for half. And I'm like, no, just so I can get a fucking letter? I'm like, I'll take my chances. So, and that's what I did. And it worked out. I just followed my intuition, basically. It's like, yep. But no, it really did piss me off that nobody got back with me about it. And it's like, and the heck, the ride, if I would have gone in for an appointment, the Uber ride itself would have been very costly, because where they moved their office to, which is another ridiculous nonsense thing. It's like, whatever. So, but anywho, but yeah, the last time I had seen him, he had ordered lab work to be done for a hepatitis test. And I'm like, why? And he's just like, oh no, it's just a standard thing, or this or that. And I'm like, I don't need a hepatitis test. I don't have hepatitis. Yeah, if anything, I'm going to get tested positive for it because I've had a hepatitis shot. But oh well, it is what it is. And yeah, I did have the test done. Yeah, sure enough, I tested positive for it because I've had a hepatitis shot. Out there, in order to work in the food industry, deal with anything with handling food, you have to have a hepatitis vaccination. So I had that when I first moved out there 20 years ago, because I was going to be handling food. But yeah, interesting. So now I have to explain that to the new doctor. Why, whatever. But that's okay. I'll admit, I'm a little apprehensive with seeing a doctor today, because of everything I've been through and so forth, and I know that my mom went through with her diabetes and everything, and it's like, yeah, I'm a little concerned, but it's okay. Gonna get through it. Positive thinking. Everything's gonna work out great. But my gut is telling me something else. There's gonna possibly be a blow up. Especially with the energy that's out right now. Do my best to keep my cool. It's a learning experience. That's the way I'm looking at it. But anywho, yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock. I need to get myself moving and at least eat. I'm not too worried about a shower. If need be, I'll just clean up. That's the way I look at it. I don't give a fuck. But it was nice getting some comfort food. And that was another thing, too. I seen an end cap there at the grocery store for these chips, and I thought that they were nacho chips, basically some organic nacho chips. And I was like, I'll try them. They're a different brand than ones that I usually buy, but I'll try them. Get home, because it looked like on the picture that they were nacho cheese chips, like Doritos or whatever. No, they're not. They're just plain tortilla chips. I'm like, oh well. By the way, I did get my cheese while I was down there and some crackers. Yeah, I love that cheese, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get some. So, one thing I've noticed, especially with the humidity going up, my joints, my hands, and my legs especially, well, basically those two areas, get some stiffness. I keep feeling like I need to do this all the time, but yeah, I'm getting some stiffness. I'm assuming it's because of the humidity, my body replenishing moisture inside itself. I do remember going through that during monsoon seasons. Whenever the humidity would go up, it'd be temporary, of course, because it was just, the monsoons. But yeah, I'm noticing it, and it's like, ugh, this is a feeling I'm not used to dealing with all the time, because let's face it, it's dry out there. So, dealing with some stiffness. But getting back to doing my yoga will help with all that. Like I said, I have been kind of doing some yoga stretches in the morning while having to wait for things to cook, heat up, or what have you. But yeah, actually, now that Rick has gotten all the yard work done around here, it looks like, anyway, they've gotten caught up with a lot, because the grass was just growing like wildfire. So, I asked him, hey, when do you want to install that new microwave? He's like, tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So we're going to see about doing that today as well. So, anywho, and I definitely need to hit up Whole Foods for at least a little bit of stuff. I just have no idea what I'm going to cook. And I'm going to do my best to try and stay away from Walmart with their produce. So, I don't know. And I do trust the produce there at that one grocery store. It's a little bit expensive. I did pay a pretty penny for a thing of grass-fed hamburger meat. Man, that was expensive. But I'm like, I thought for sure I was going to cook. But when I got home, I'm like, I don't feel like it. Oops. Oh, well. It's all right. At least I have something to eat for this morning. That's what matters. And I'll get the other thing that I forgot to get. Basically, it was onion. Oh, well. I need butter. I need a few things. Mouthwash. I'm out of mouthwash. Definitely need that. So, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I probably won't be able to buy a car because I'm going to have to pay for insurance. I do still have the deposit money. They'll accept that, or if they want, maybe talk to them and find out what's other sort of deposit between this what I already have and next week's paycheck. Might be able to come up with that or something. So we'll see. That's all I'm looking for is somebody to work with me. I have been through a lot, and that was the thing, because they wouldn't even talk to me, and it's like, fuck you. That's why I look at it. There's always reasons why, but I just don't care. But I know I keep looking at this bug that keeps flying around the inside of the window. Got in somehow. So, but and I just kind of keep wondering, is it a mosquito? Not used to those anymore either. But yeah, that's all I'm looking for, is somebody to work with me. So I can get a car and feel like I'm moving forward. One way or another, if I get a car, I won't pay for the yoga classes just yet. I'll probably do that with the next paycheck. But either way, I wouldn't have enough for, if they'll accept my deposit that I have for right now, they won't and that was one of the criteria too that I was able to put into TrueCar, is what sort of credit that I have, that range, and how much deposit I'm looking to put down. And those dealerships popped up, so it's like, okay, hopefully, fingers crossed that I can do something. But anywho, excuse me. I mean, the way I look at it is, it's basically collateral. If you don't pay, they come repo your car. What's the big fucking deal? I don't know. No, I get it. Nobody has to say it, but in the meantime, it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of stupid. If you really think about it. But anyway, but no, I wouldn't have enough for the deposit and also paying for insurance at the same time, and also being able to get food to last me until I get paid next week. So, I would have to hold off. I mean, I could do that, but they would have to hold the car until I could get the insurance. So, or let it go and see what happens or whatever, and then get it next Thursday when I get paid. But otherwise, I mean, if that happens, then either way, if that happens, then I'll hold off on paying for the yoga classes. If I can't find anybody who's going to work with me right now, then I'll go ahead and pay them, because I want to move forward. I want to move forward one way or another. I want to do that. So, but yeah. I definitely want to do that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And that's what I'm the plan on sticking with right now. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and play it by ear, see what happens. All right. Love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Love you.